Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Code with Swizz. My girlfriend says the music is shitty, but the music is amazing because it's 8-bit pirate metal. What more could you want than 8-bit pirate metal? I know what. Okay, shut up now. So, what more you would want is a love box like this so that you can automate sending love notes to the girlfriend who's making fun of you while you're trying to live stream, making cute things for her. So, I hope she learns her lesson, because I will stop if she keeps heckling me from the background. So basically, this is an IoT device that connects to the internet, and then it has a little screen inside, and you can use your phone to send messages to it. Last week, we failed at automating it because we couldn't figure out how to reverse engineer the API. So, hey fuzzy buddy, I found a tool that a friend recommended, and hopefully I'll be able to remember the name of that tool. It's proxy something. Proxy. So Charles Proxy. We're going to be using Charles Proxy. I'm going to show you Charles Proxy iOS. They have an iOS app that can hook into your network traffic and tell you what you're sending. So we're going to use that to reverse engineer the API for this thing so that we can try automating it using serverless. I'm going to enable my thing. So now Charles Proxy is enabled, and I'm going to go into the Lovebox API, the Lovebox app, which looks like this. And when that loads, I'm going to try sending a message that's just going to say, hello folks, because I want to keep it simple. Press send, and let's see, sending failed. Click to retry. Okay, let's retry that. Crap. Okay, let's try turning off Charles Proxy. Make sure that sending messages works at all. So I'm gonna send, let's say, hello folks, send, and this is now going to, okay, so it's sent, and eventually this little heart is gonna start spinning, and let's see, hello folks, it's sent, come on, start spinning, you said you sent it. Come on. It's not there yet. Why is this not working? Ah, there we go. See, the little heart is spinning. So now if I open this, it says hello folks. I'm not sure you can see that. See, it says hello folks. Okay, so now we gotta try to capture that API request. So I'm gonna go back to Charles Proxy. We activate it and we go find, there's something called App API. And I'm gonna disable SSL proxying to start with, just to make sure that it's working. We clear the list of requests and proxy is enabled. I am gonna make the music a little less loud. Also, if you're watching, please say hi in the chat room so I know you're there and I don't feel like a weirdo, even though I don't actually mind feeling like a weirdo that much. Okay, so send a message. We're gonna send, let's just say hi. Hey, send. Okay, now let's see if this manages to send when the proxy is enabled. Cool, so it's sent with the basic proxy enabled. Which means, okay, see, it's spinning. And if I open it, it says, hey, which is the message that I sent. Now let's see if this got something. So we have Lovebox GIFs, app-api, loveboxlove.com, messages, loveboxlove.com. So if we go to App API, see, I'm gonna zoom this in a little bit to show you. Okay, so it's okay. I don't have enough hands to operate all of this stuff. Basically, I should be able to click on this and we see what the requests were that were sent. I wonder if I can I show this on my computer somehow? No. Does anyone know how to project my iOS screen to my computer? because that would be useful. Oh, I know what I can do. I can connect it. There we go. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take my cable, and I think I can use QuickTime to show you what I'm doing on my phone. Let's see if that actually works. So my phone connected. I'm gonna open QuickTime. Come on, QuickTime Player, and we say File, View, Services about. I know there's a way to show my screen. New screen recording, but I can choose my. I know there's a way to do this. Mac Pro, show mouse clicks. No, not that one. This would be a great time for somebody who's really smart to jump in and tell me what I'm doing wrong. QuickTime show iOS screen. How to mirror an iPhone screen onto a Mac computer. How to mirror, open QuickTime, click on File, New Movie Recording. So, File, New Movie Recording. Oh, I see. Come on, open. So I go here and I can show you my computer or my iPhone. And oh, I'm gonna have, oh no, wait. So if I unlock, cool. Other device. I don't have to keep recording, do I? Oh, great. I do have to keep recording. Or, close this shit. No, I don't want to save that. So new movie recording. There we go. Okay, so now you can see what I'm doing, and it's gonna make everything a lot easier. Cool. So we've got Charles proxy going, and we can see every request that was sent to the app-api.lovebox.love.com. So I'm gonna open VS Code and start taking some notes so that we can later use them to debug this stuff. Not to debug it, but to start hacking around. So we got this. Let's say open Scratchpad. No, what did I do? Open Scratchpad. Don't do this right now. So we say API URL is https app-api lovebox.love.com. Cool. So now that I have that, okay, my phone locked. Okay, there's some people there. Cool. All right. Now let's try what happens if, let me clear this. Actually, let's clear this and then find, how do I enable SSL proxying? Basically, I want to be able to see what I'm actually doing. And I'm hoping that that's going to work. Let's try installing the certificate to make this thing a little bit more. Okay, now you can see how much I paid for the bird hotel. So we're installing the certificate. Part 1, install the certificate. Ensure Charles is active using the switch on the main screen. Tap install SSL certificate above. Prompts you to allow configuration parameters below. If you have an Apple Watch, you may be prompted to choose a device to download to. Open the settings app at the top of the first screen on the settings. Okay, so we go to settings and we have profile downloaded. We install that thing. I'm gonna type out my code without saying it out loud. I'm installing that for Charles proxy. Cool. Okay, so now open the part 2, trust the certificate. Open settings app, navigate to general about certificates. Okay, general about certificates, and we find Charles proxy and we allow. So I think this is now gonna enable Charles proxy to snoop on HTTPS requests and kind of man in the middle them while still being able to keep the app working. That's that's the plan. So we're saving this. The proxy is enabled. If we go back, can we go to SSL proxying? SSL proxying is enabled. Everything is done. So I should now be able to go here, clear the current list of requests that we made, go into the Lovebox app, and we're gonna try sending a message. Can I read this? Send. So it's sending. This should now let us see what the actual request was that was sent to the API, so that we can then replay the same request or a similar request using serverless and make it automated. So it worked because this is now spinning. And if I open it, you'll see that it says, can I read this? Zoom focus on the camera is kind of weird when it's not a face. But let's go to Charles Proxy and look at App API Lovebox Love. That was notes SSL proxy not enabled for this host. Why? Okay, let's enable SSL proxying for this host. Need to force close and reopen an app in order for its request to be visible. Okay, so we have that, and then we also want. Okay, so we're gonna force close the app and go back. Lovebox. And yeah, I know this is not my usual kind of web hacking, but I think it's fun. So we're gonna send the message again, and hopefully it's going to actually work. Aloha. Send. Now let's see what happens. Cool. Sending worked. So we can now go back to the Charles proxy, and let's see if it's gonna let us see. Yes. So this is exactly what we were hoping for. We now have a way of looking at all of the GraphQL requests that are being made from the app, so that we can hack that through. Also, I can see that I see why nobody's watching this stream. My face is all laggy and annoying. How much can you actually see on the stream? We're gonna, let's see. So that's plumb. Let's try viewing the body. So operation name, get hearts. So I'm gonna try to find the actual body of the request where it's sending something. Unfortunately, I think I have to. Let's see if we can I export this? Send sample. Can I just send it to myself? Let's see if that works. Can I send the entire snippet to myself? So I should get something. I have no idea what that file type is. Okay, so that's not gonna work. Oh, that's a Charles proxy session. Let's see if I can open that. And what do we get? App-API. Will Charles proxy open? Let's see if Charles proxy opens, because I do have it installed on my computer as well. Then I can stop sharing this screen. And I think that's gonna make my camera work better, or at least lag less, hopefully. Nice, I am going at a full 11 FPS. Okay, so let's see, what did we get? Please, yes. Okay, can I see the bodies? If I can see the bodies, then I can stop doing stuff. Contents. Cool. Okay, we've got the bodies. I'm going to stop sharing my screen because I think that's really making things a lot worse. So the frames per second should improve now. I'm gonna open the box just because it's spinning at me. Now comes the fun part. We're gonna try to find the send request and fake it. So I think, let's see. One of the problems with reverse engineering GraphQL is that you can't really tell from the API itself what's going on. So we're gonna try to figure that out. We've got this thing. I cannot zoom in, but oh, I should also stop recording just in case. So I'm gonna stop the proxy. All right. So we've man in the middle everything. Now let's see. Get hearts rain, operation set language, set device, get messages by box, get hearts. I don't know what that is. Get tags, gifs, send pics node, tags, gifs part, get hearts rain. Okay, so I think send pics node is what we're gonna have to do. So send pics node recipient ID URL is messages, message status, label send. Okay, let's see. That gets the GIFs, tags, send pics node, tags, get hearts rain, get messages by box, set device, set language. So I think this is the only one. Operation name variables. What does it? So this one gets my info, family. I don't know what this one does. Let's see. Send. I guess send pics node is the only one that actually sent anything. So we're gonna try to. Let's see if we can replay this request. Now, what would be the easiest way to send an API request? Let's open an Apollo Playground. Apollo Playground. GraphQL Apollo Playground. Now supports local development, GraphQL Playground. I just want to get an example of it hosted online so I don't have to host my own. Okay, so I'm going to install this and hope for the best. So brew install cask GraphQL Playground, which should give me, I think, a local. So it should give me a local GraphQL Playground that I can connect to the Lovebox API using the hackering that we've done so far, and then we can send the same message that we already did, and maybe that's gonna work. Oh. Okay, come on, computer, you got this. So this is now installing the GraphQL Playground IDE. Okay, sure. Okay, well, at least I'm online. So, oh, great. Of course, it decided to update Homebrew first. Oh. Okay, come on, computer. Yeah. This might take a while because my computer is very busy with the streaming right now. Is it? Yep. Computer is pretty busy. Come on. Is there a host at the GraphQL Playground that I can try? No, I don't want to enable. None of this is useful. Hey, Sean, how are you doing today? What are you up to? That's a good sign. come on. Okay, so updating Homebrew is taking forever. What's an alternative we can use here? Because I guess we could also just start the actual project, but I feel like that's premature. I want to try that I actually know how to send this request. So basically, we're gonna be sending this authentication token, which I hope is still valid, and then we're gonna send a we're gonna fake a GraphQL query or mutation in this case to do things. Hey, Werther's original. Which part do you know how to do in Python? How to send GraphQL or how to get the GraphQL Playground to play with? Oh my God, this is not the time to be updating 2800 casks, computer. Jesus. Why do computers always choose the worst possible time to install a bunch of things? So let's go with cd. I'm gonna create a new project while we're waiting. Let's call it, I wonder if does serverless have a way of initializing a project yet? Because that would be cool. Otherwise, I'm just gonna copy a bunch of stuff from other places. Oh, great. I can't even run serverless help. Nice. How do you reverse engineer an API in Python? Ooh, Studio, that's cool. Configure a new provider, create a new serverless service. Install a serverless service from GitHub. Cool. Let's do create. SLS create. Haven't tried that before, but it seems cool. Sure, you can go to Google Analytics. You must either pass a template param, a URL, or a local path. Okay, so we have GraphQL Playground. So now how do I run GraphQL Playground? Impact, blah, more information, FAQ. Okay, so I installed it. Playground? What happens if I just run? Let's just run the thing. So I'm gonna go into Finder and Applications, GraphQL Playground. Let's see. So we have the GraphQL Playground. Yes, open the thing. Yay! Okay, so it's now it's running a local GraphQL thingy. We're gonna create a new one with this endpoint because that's what we grabbed from the when we were sniffing on the app traffic. We open this. Hopefully it's gonna open. Server cannot be reached. Unexpected. Blah. Cool. So we go into HTTP headers and we're gonna add, let's see, what are all of the headers that we need? So if we look at headers from our recorded thing, we have the host is app API. If none match, I'm gonna just copy the bearer token. Let's see. So HTTP headers, we say authorization has this token. And now I'm gonna play this again. Why can server not be reached? So, okay, let's try running a query. What else? We have that. We have content length, summary. Okay, we don't need that. If we go to, let's run headers, authentication, text, JavaScript. There we go. Get messages by box. Wait, there we go. Here's the query. That's annoying. Why can't we see the full query? So if we go here, text, I should be able to run this, right? This looks like a query. Or let's find the actual query. Set device, GraphQL, get messages by box. Summary. No. Chart. No, I don't want that. So I'm also trying to figure out how Charles Proxy actually works. So bear with me a bit. What am I clicking? So v1, contents, query get hearts rain. Let's run that. Oh, we need box IDs, variables, boxes IDs. Got it. Okay, so we are gonna put this in query variables. So we have boxes IDs. It's not appeared. Yes, I know. And then we run the actual query, which is, there we go. So the query is going to be this thing. We paste that in the query. We say we have get hearts rain 2, which is running get hearts rain 2 with the boxes IDs. So now I'm going to try to play this and we'll see if it works. Unexpected token, blah. Authorization. Why is authorization token not working? I suspect that's going to be a problem. It's also entirely possible that it's not going to let us. Oh, okay. That's the full URL. So we get the full URL, put it up here, press play. Aha! We made a request. We made a successful request. Nice. So now the next part, we're gonna try to send something. Where was it? How did I see what we sent before? And why can't I show it anymore? Oh, cool. So it shows us the full sequence. So first it sent get hearts rain, then it sent me. So we can send a query called me. Let's see if I'm actually authenticated. Let's see. If we say me, and let's go with first name and email. See if that works. Me? No. Oh, it needs to say query. I keep forgetting this shit. So me, first name, email. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna zoom in a bit just to make sure you guys can see. Play. Aha! So that worked. And now because this is GraphQL, the API is actually telling us how to reverse engineer it. How cool is that? So if we go to schema, we should be able to see the entire API, hopefully, unless they disabled that part, which is totally possible. So the next thing we're gonna do is look at what we sent next. Charles Proxy, yeah. So because I have a trial of Charles Proxy, it keeps being annoying. We don't want to set that. We don't want to set the device. What we do want to do is send. Okay, so schema isn't working for us. Get hearts rain 2 and me, query tags, query gifs part, mutation send pics note. That's what we want. So I'm gonna try to send this exact same note that we sent before to see if it works. So we're gonna take these variables. Come on. Okay, I don't know what my computer is doing right now, but my mouse is lagging. So let's see, we take all of the variables, copy, put that in query variables, paste. So we have the yes variable doesn't appear anywhere. And then what the hell are you doing, computer? By the way, am I lagging on the stream? Because right now my mouse is not working. Why is Windows Server so slammed? Very confusing. Okay, so we're gonna copy the mutation. Come on. Okay, cool. So we're gonna copy the mutation, put it in here, and then go send pix nodes. That's all of the query. Oh, I can actually make this bigger instead of suffering. Cool. So send pix node has all of the stuff. And let's go. We want the ID. We want to get back the ID. We want to get back the type, the recipient, the URL, the date, URL, date, status, and then the status is going to be a label, a type name, whatever that is, and base 64, which I'm not sure what that means. And then if this works, we're gonna be able to see my little boxy spin. Okay, so basically what's happening here is that we still have the JWT token in our headers, and then we're setting some sort of image. We're sending it to a specific box, which is this box here. We're sending text as a content type, even though it's actually base 64 encoded, which seems weird. And it's base 64 encoded as an image, which is even weirder. And we have the device ID. I think that's my phone. That's probably my phone. And we're gonna get all of this back from sending a pix node. So if this works, we're gonna know how to send something to the box. So let's press play, and it's sent. It says the type message status label send. I don't know if that means sent or send, but it's also confusing because I don't know how long to wait to make sure it worked. That's kind of, oh, it did work. See, the heart is spinning. Nice. And it says aloha because that was what we sent. Okay, doesn't want to camera doesn't want to focus on it, but it worked. We can hack and we can send stuff. Now let's try. How do we generate these base 64 images? What if we try to, let's try saying content type. The schema isn't loading, so that's annoying because it would be cool to know what kind of content types we are allowed to send. But I'm gonna guess that image works. So we're gonna take an image, and then we're gonna take let's take a small PNG. What should we take as a small PNG? Do I have anything on my desktop? That's a JPEG. It's also pretty big. Let's Google small PNG. Small PNG. Tiny. No. So we're gonna try let's try sending this big fish eating a small fish. No, come on. So I'm gonna take that. how do we base64 encode this the easiest way? Let's see if we can find that. PNG to base64. I'm sure there's a utility for that online. Base64 image encoder. Perfect. Sure. I don't know why you're not using HTTPS in 2021, but whatever. So I'm gonna take this thing, save the image. Come on, save image as, save it to desktop. And then we're gonna take this, bam. So show code. Okay, so that's our image. Now we're gonna try to send this thing. Come on. Okay, paste. So we're now sending an image. Let's see. Okay, so we're sending an image. I'm gonna press play and we'll see if the image gets sent to my Lovebox. So that took a little longer. It says that it was sent. I think it says it was sent. This is, oh. So this is spinning. That's a good sign. Ho, ho, ho. Yes. Okay. This is cool. We got this working. So now the next step is, what is the next step? I'm sure the bearer token will expire at some point. So we're going to have to figure that out later. Now let's try writing a very simple Lambda function that is going to run this for us. So I'm going to go and create a new project. Let's say Lovebox Lambda. That works. So make dir Lovebox minus Lambda. And I'm going to go to my serverless handbook examples. And no, I need to go on GitHub for that. And I'm going to copy stuff because I'm lazy. Serverless. Come on. Serverless handbook. We go to the examples and we take serverless auth example. That's the last one I worked on. I'm going to copy pasta the ts config. So cd lovebox lambda git init. I'm going to copy the git ignore file from from documents, websites, serverless handbook, examples, auth. We take git ignore from there to dot. And I'm actually going to copy paste the tsconfig file as well, because I am really very lazy. And so we have the tsconfig file. I'm going to need serverless YAML. I can just copy that and then we can clean it up from there. Serverless YAML. And we're going to say yarn init to create a new project. So Lovebox Lambda, version whatever. Send messages to the girl using the automation. Yes. Entry point, don't care. Repository URL, we're gonna create that later. I'm the creator. Let's make it MIT. Perfect. So we've got that. Make dir source, and we're gonna go into opening this. We open random coding, Lovebox Lambda, and we say git status, git add dot, git commit -m, initial config import. Is anyone still there? Cool. Now we go into package.json and let's see, what do we need? Oh yeah, I created a new one. So I'm gonna want yarn add TypeScript. And do we need, no, we don't need UUID. We are gonna need AWS Lambda, and we're gonna need types for AWS Lambda. So I'm gonna install that stuff. And while I'm there, let's add engines are node, and we're allowing 12.x because that's what runs on AWS Lambda. And I'm gonna use 14.x because that's what's running on my machine. Failed to save package JSON, yes. Okay. Don't save. Open package JSON. Paste in the engines. Save. Okay. So we've got the initial setup. Now we go in, and I like to copy paste the scripts because they're nice. Come on, paste. What is going on? Okay. We pasted the scripts, and my computer is really struggling right now, but that's okay. Got that. Go into serverless YAML, and we're gonna say we don't need any environment variables right now, and we're gonna call this the Lovebox Lambda. Do I need any IAM role statements? Not yet. I'm gonna delete those. And do we need any resources? We also do not need any resources. But when we are deploying this to production or just to AWS, we don't want to include TypeScript and we don't want to include at types. So here we're gonna say, we're gonna make a send note function. Send note. That's gonna be lovebox.sendNote. Send note on the path called send note. No, we do not need HTTP events for this because this is not going to be an API you can get by going to a URL. This is going to be running off of a cron job, and we're going to deal with that later. For now, I just want it to exist. So we go there, then we create a new file, ls source. Yep, we create a new file. And we export const, we said send note equals an async function that's gonna do stuff. Come on, save. Lovebox Lambda source, and we called this lovebox.ts. Cool. So we got that. Now, the next part is going to be, oh, it's getting late. I'm going to have to go. Let's just try to get this actually sending using, we're going to use SLS invoke to send, and then we're going to go from there. So I need a GraphQL client. Thanks. I'm happy you liked it, Sean. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Shonak. I'm also gonna post a recap of what we did today on my blog and in my newsletter tomorrow morning, so you can also wait for that. So let's see. What is a good TypeScript GraphQL client? TypeScript GraphQL client. And I'm sure that this is a terrible thing to GraphQL request. Huzzah! Exactly what I needed. Wasn't that bad. So trunk failing, whatever. Yarn add GraphQL request and GraphQL. Okay, git status. This unlicensed copy of Charles will only run for 30 minutes. Okay, you may restart Charles and use it again. Sure. So we're good. I should probably pay for that. Yes, okay, GraphQL Playground. Do your thing. Get status, get add dot. Now we're gonna, what? Okay, my computer is getting very laggy. So we're gonna try to do this. Import request and GQL from GraphQL minus request. Okay. So GraphQL minus request, and right now, oh, okay. Now we're gonna get the request and GQL and GraphQL client. So then we're going to initialize a client here. So say const client equals new GraphQL client through the, we said the endpoint was this thing, right? Come on. And then we pass configuration, which is going to be headers, to do figure out how to log in. And we're gonna send the authorization header that I'm gonna copy from here. Now, very important, I am not going to commit to push this to GitHub or commit it because this is a secret and I do not want this secret to go out, because that then you'll be able to spam my girlfriend if you so choose. And I don't want you to do that. But also please don't look at the stream and type this over. So we have the authorization header, and now we're going to make a request. So here we're gonna say await client.request. It's a const result equals client.request, and I'm going to write the query with the variables, and then we'll see what happens. So then I'm just gonna console log the result, and GraphQL query looks like this. I am going to keep it the same just because I'm lazy, but we could change what we're doing with, what was I gonna say? We could change what we're actually receiving back from the endpoint because we don't need as much info. But just to make sure this works, I'm sending the same thing, and then query variables, come on. Query variables, we're gonna take these guys here and we paste these in the variables. So I'm gonna just call these variables for now. Just say const variables equals blah. Now this obviously has a very, very long line, which is a problem. How do we deal with this? Okay, so I'm gonna have to, let's delete this line just in case. So that is a very, very long line. And can we make that line better? Nah, I'm just gonna copy it for now because, we're just testing stuff. So I am doing this. This is terrible, but it should be able to work. Right? I think multi-line I think multi-line backtick strings work. So now what we're gonna try is run yarn build. So yarn build should build this for me. What's complaining? Duplicate identifier. What? Why? Let's try yarn. What the hell is going on? Why is TypeScript broken? Okay. Wow. So node modules, TypeScript lib is broken. The hell is going on? Has anyone ever seen this before? Duplicate identifier. Yarn add at types node. Cool. Yarn build. Will that work? Okay. So I'm now building the function into the distribution directory, and then I'll be able to run SLS invoke. We're gonna call invoke local function we said is called send note. And in theory, sending the note should, even though I'm running it on my local machine, should talk to the box and send the same image that we sent earlier. So let's see if that works. Fingers crossed. We're sending the note. It's invoking the function locally, supposedly. It's trying to connect to the Lovebox domain. I'm gonna allow this for 10 minutes. Allow. And then this should print out the response we get from the GraphQL query. We got the response that said that we sent it. And now let's see if this spins. The suspense. Yes. Sweet. And on that fantastic success, I need to say this with my big face on. And on that fantastic success, I'm going to stop for today because my girlfriend wants me to watch The Bachelor. And so we got to the point where we reverse engineered the GraphQL API using the Charles proxy to sniff on traffic being sent from my phone to the API. We figured out the API and we tested the GraphQL query using Apollo GraphQL client running locally. And then we were able to make a very simple serverless function that can replay that request or replay that GraphQL query and send shit to the Lovebox and make it work. So we're going to continue from here next week, and watch out for a blog or an email tomorrow recapping what we did. So thanks everyone for watching. This has been a great success. I honestly wasn't expecting we'd get this far. So tune in next week. We're going to get this working and automate my entire duties as a boyfriend.